Euro 2024 is just around the corner, and today we're taking a look at the nations such as France, Belgium and Portugal. That's right, the first set of matches in the group stages from groups D through F, and they're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today it's all about groups D through F, their first set of matches over in the group stages over in Euro 2024. In this video, we're going to predict them, each and every one of them, and of course bring you bang up to date with anything that's been going on so far. Today, smash your like, boys and girls, smash your subscribe, hit the little bell. Your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is right here. We're still looking for, cheeky as we are, 100 likes. Can we get it? That's of course down to you. Make sure you do that, and of course hit the subscribe if you're new to the scene. So let's get into it and talk about this, that is Euro 2024, of course. And a reminder of the 6 groups. Already we have done a video for the first set of matches in group stages through groups A through C. Today is through D through F. Those are the nations of France, the Dutch, Austria, Poland, Belgium, Romania, Slovakia, Ukraine, Portugal, the Czech Republic, Turkey and Georgia. That's right. Some winners as well. Let's have a quick count, do a mathematical count up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners on the right hand side, and we got 9 winners on the left hand side. So maybe the top bracket is a little bit heavier than the rest. We do have a prediction league, and it is live. Please get involved. It's 100% free, and if you want to get involved, their link is just there, cut.ly/Euro 2024. But of course, we are looking at groups D through F, and today we're going to take a look at this game. Of course, it's the Polish up against the Dutch. That's coming at you on Sunday, the June the 16th. So let's get into it and have a look at the game itself. Now, a quick reminder that we do have, of course, previews for each and every one of the games, which will also include my prediction as well. But today, in this, we're going to have them all together in a nice dicky bow. So let's take a closer look at the match itself. Taking place at the Volkspark Stadion, that's right, over in Hamburg on the 16th of June. Poland, managed by Michael Probrets, up against the Dutch and Roland Koeman, that's right. Of course, locking horns for what will be the 12th time since 1975. The Polish, though, coming into this pretty good form for them at the moment. 83% form for them at the minute, winning 4 matches on a bounce. Of course, against the Dutch, though, also on 83% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6, winning 5 of those last 6. Now, the previous 11 have resulted in 2 wins for the Poles, 6 wins for the Dutch, and 3 draws. The biggest win for the Poles, 4-1 win, scoring 11 goals in those 11 games. That's a goal a game on average. Meanwhile, the Dutch, 3-0 win, their biggest, 16 goals scored in those 11 games, 1.45 goals a game on average. Now, the previous match between these two sides was all the way back in September 2022, where the Dutch came out on top, 2-0 winners way back in the Nations League. The last time the Poles came out on top with a victory, you've got to go all the way back. I don't even know. We're looking at all the way back before I was even alive, way back in May 1979. The Poles came out on top for a Euro qualification match, 2-0 win over in Poland. So they're on a nice unbeaten run, are the Dutch. But coming into this, the Poles are on a nice unbeaten run at the moment without a defeat in at least the last 6 games. They did pick up a victory in their friendlies, at least their friendly against the Ukraine, a comfortable 3-1 win. They are taking on the Turkish on the 10th of June. This video will probably be live by that stage. As for the Dutch, picked up a 4-0 win over the Canadians. And of course, they're taking on the Icelanders on the 10th of June before everything gets a little bit serious over in Germany. A quick look then at the bookies odds for this one. The Poles are 4-1 for the victory, 23-13 are your Dutch. 3-1, of course, is the draw. If you want to take a little look at the bookies outright predictions for these two nations, the Poles are underdogs at 151, where the Dutch are around about 7th favourites, 8th favourites, 16-1 to go out and win the whole thing as well. Tight one here. I am going to go with the Dutch, though, with a 2-1 win. Of course, the Poles can be awkward, but I think the Dutch have a little bit too much quality, and I think they'll come out on top in matchday number 1. Meanwhile, joining them, it's, of course, one of the favourites, if not the favourite, the French. They are taking on the Austrians, of course. That's coming at you on Where are we? This is actually Monday the 17th of June. Now, these two sides will lock horns at the Dusseldorf Arena. Of course, will be the 10th time since 1934. Austria, managed by Ralf Rangnick, up against France and Didier Deschamps, two tactical geniuses in the dugouts. The Austrians, of course, coming into this on a bit of form right now. At least 6 games a winning run for them, 100% form for them at the moment. The French, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them over the last 6. Now, those last 9 matches between these two sides ended up 2 wins for the Austrians, 6 wins for France, and just 1 draw. The French boasting a 5-2 win as their biggest, scoring 20 goals in those 9 games, 2.22 goals a game on average. The Austrians, though, rocking a 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 12 goals in those 9 games, 1.33 goals a game, of course. Now, the last time they played each other was back in September 2022. It was in the Nations League. It was a 2-0 win for La France, of course. The last time the Austrians came out on top, we've got to turn the clock a long way back to, well, not that far back, 2008. Austria came out on top with a 3-1 win, that biggest, of course, and that was in the World Cup qualification phase back in September, way back when. Of course, the French took on Luxembourg in their pre-tournament match. They picked up a 3-0 win. They're expected to take on the Canadians. That will happen on the 9th of June. This video may or may not be out by that point. Of course, the Austrians kicked off their preparations for the tournament with a 2-1 win over the Serbians. They are taking on Switzerland pretty much as of recording right now. So good preparations for both nations as they come into a tricky Group D. The bookies, though, 5-1 is your Austria, 2-1 on is your France, 7-2 is, of course, the draw here. And, of course, the odds overwhelmingly so. Austria underdogs here. They're around about 80-1 to lift the trophy, with the French at 4-1. Of course, I back the French here, but a lot of pressure going to be on the French here. They could wobble here. There could be a wobble, maybe a draw, not get off to the fantastic start that everyone's expecting. So I've gone with a 3-1 win, but there is a little bit of a, I say that with bated breath. I think the Austrians could get something out of this, but I'm going to back my gut here. Next up we have, in Group E, it's Belgium. They're taking on Slovakia. Let's get into this one then, shall we? That's coming at you on Monday, the 17th of June. Now, of course, at the Frankfurt Arena, Belgium, managed by Dominic Tedesco, up against Slovakia and Francesco Calzone. Locking horns for what will be the 3rd time since 2006. The previous 2, 1 win for Belgium, 1 draw, nothing for Slovakia. Belgium unbeaten in at least the last 6 matches. The Slovaks just 1 defeat in the last 6, both on 75% form for them at that moment. That last victory for Belgium, that one and only victory, was a 2-1 win way back in February 2013. It was a friendly. The Belgians, on the back of an unbeaten run that stretches, I don't even know, where does it go? All the way. It's a long unbeaten run. The last defeat was all the way back in November 2022. And of course, coming into this, preparations have included a victory over Montenegro, and of course taking on Luxembourg in their final game, whereas the Slovaks did take care of business against San Marino, which was an easy one. And then the Welsh is their next match, so they look forward to the tournament. Of course, the odds for this one, though, we're looking at Belgium at 9-4 on for the victory, 7-2 is the draw, 6-1 is, of course, your long shots. The Slovaks, what are we looking at here for them for the trophy? Unfancied, they are actually one of the worst teams at the moment. And the bookies, 500-1, with the Belgians as high or as strong as 16-1 to go the distance. I'm backing the Belgians to comfortably get off to a fantastic start, 2-0 win in a group that should be dominated by Belgium, but we'll see what happens in the next one. Meanwhile, Romania, they're taking on Ukraine, of course. That's also in the same group. That's also on Monday, June the 17th. Now, these two sides played each other 4 times since 2003. We've got 1 win for Romania, 3 for Ukraine. No draws. This one's, of course, at the Allianz Arena. Romania, managed by Eduard Ionescu, up against Ukraine and Sergei Rebrov in the dugout. Romania, without a win, though, in the last 4 matches, 58% form for them. Up against the Ukraine side, 67% form for them. And now just 1 defeat in the last 6. Now, the previous match between these two sides ended a 7-goal thriller in favour of the Ukraine way back in May 2016. Romania's one and only victory was a 2-0 win way back in August 2003. That was in Ukraine as well. Romania's preparations for this game has included back-to-back clean sheets in draws against Bulgaria and Liechtenstein. They did fail to score in both of those games, and of course that completes their preparations. Meanwhile, the Ukrainians picked up back-to-back games without a win in their preparations, including a draw against hosts Germany and a loss to Poland, of course. But the odds for this one, as we look forward to the game itself, 11-4 is your Romania, even Stevens is your Ukraine, and 5-2 is the draw. But the odds for overall, Ukraine are at 100 100 to 1 with Romania at 200 to 1, with both sides looking on the outside, looking in. And that's where I'm going here, guys. Quite an even match. Going to go with a draw, 1-1 in the end, point split right down the middle. And then finally we go to Group F, and it's Turkey. They're going to be taking on Georgia. That's right, not the state, the country. That's coming at you on Tuesday, June the 18th. Now, these two sides will lock horns at the BBB Stadion over in Dortmund. Turkey, managed by Vincenzo Montella, with Georgia, managed by Willy Sagno, both legends in their own right. Turkey, coming at you, 50% form for them right now, winless in the last 4 matches. Against the Georgia side, though, 75% form for them, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Could they be dark horses in this one? We'll have to see. Now, the record between these two sides, they have played each other 4 times since 2004. 2 wins for Turkey, 1 for Georgia, and 1 draw. That biggest win for the Turks was a 5-2 win, scoring 9 goals in those 4 games, 2.25 goals a game on average. Georgia do boast a 1-0 win over Turkey, and they have scored 5 goals in 4 games, 1.25 goals a game. Now, these two sides did play each other last back in May 2012. It was a 3-1 win for Turkey, with Georgia boasting their one and only victory way back in, of course, February 2007. Turkey, their preparations have included a tight 0-0 draw against Italy. Of course, they are the champions, and they'll wrap up their preparations with a match against Poland on the 10th of June. Georgia picking up a 4-2. Oh no, what's their preparation? Georgia just got the 1 preparation match, unless they're playing as we speak. They're taking on Montenegro in a game where they're expected to lose, though. The odds here for this one: Turkey are 4-3 on for the victory, 13-5 the draw, 15-4 is your away win. Of course, the outlook for Georgia is not good. They are 500 to 1 to go the distance, with Turkey at 50 to 1 to lift the trophy at the end of it. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Turkey, of course. Georgia, I don't know. I think they could be here for a bit of a spanking, of course. And then we have Portugal against the Czechs. That's also coming at you on Tuesday, the 18th of June. Of course, coming at you at the Leipzig Stadium, Red Bull Arena, whatever you want to call it. Portugal, managed by Roberto Martinez, up against Czechia and Ivan Hasic. Of course, played each other 5 times since 1996. Portugal winning 4 of them, the Czechs just winning 1 of them. Portugal, 83% form for them at the moment, just 1 defeat in the last 6 against the Czech side, unbeaten in the last 6 games. Of course, now these two sides last played each other back in September 2022 as a 4-0 win for Portugal in the Nations League. Czech Republic's only victory was a 1-0 win against Portugal way back in the Euros back in June 1996. Portugal boasting a 4-2 win over Finland in their... Well, actually, they've got two more games, I believe, in preparation for this one. They're going to take on the Croatians and Ireland before the tournament kicks off, with the Czech Republic picking up a 7-1 win over Malta and taking on North Macedonia before their tournament gets underway. The odds here, 2-1 on is Portugal, 60-5 is the draw, 11-2, of course, is your away win. The Czechs also outsiders. They're 150-1 with Portugal at 7-1 being 4th favourites, with what appears to be an easy group for them. I'm going to go with a win for Portugal, 3-1 win in the end to take it to the house. That's my picks and a quick recap of those predictions. We have a 2-1 win for the Dutch against the Poles. We have a 3-1 win for the French over Austria. That's, of course, over in Group D. Into Group E, we have Belgium beating Slovakia, 2-0 win. Romania and Ukraine drawing 1-1. And then Turkey beating Georgia in Group F, with Portugal against Czech Republic ended up as a 3-1 win as well. And a quick reminder, of course, the Prediction League is wide open. Of course, get in there. It is free. Get your bragging rights. See if you can out-predict me, the Prediction King. Of course, I am going to be there for the glory, guys, forever and amen. So be there. Come get me. Come at it. Come at it. See if you can out-predict me, the Prediction King. Anyway, that's it, guys. Match number 1 complete. We'll, of course, come back for the results of match number 1 in the next video, which, of course, will be match number 2, part 1, where we look back at, of course, groups A and C, and then kick on forward to match number 2. So looking forward to the tournament. Of course, let me know who you think is going to win it down below. I've also get your predictions in there to showcase what you think as well. Anyway, until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Let's get 100 likes on here. Can you do it? Let's see. I'll see you soon for the next one.